On tonight's episode of SFA Now, we get an inside look at Stephen F. Austin State University Student Activity Association, learn how events are planned, and see what it takes to be a member of the organization that entertains our university. Interested? Then stay tuned.
Welcome to today's edition of SFA Now. Joining me today is Anastasia Ruffin, the president of the Student Activities Association. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So, all of us know here at SFA that the SAA runs the movie theater on campus, and that's not all you guys do. Can you give me a summary of exactly what kind of activities you do?
So, SAA is an event planning organization. Every event is planned by the students for the students, so it could be anything from a movie to a guest speaker, really anything you want to bring to campus.
Wow, that's awesome. You guys, I know I always see little signs and posters, and I always get emails about activities, so you guys are probably busy all the time. So what exactly do you do for SAA?
So I'm the president of SAA, so I oversee all of the other officer positions, as well as maintain relations with the other campus organizations. Really, my job can be anything. It's like a mentor to the new members, to figuring out how to fix a problem that happened 5 seconds ago, so it can really be anything.
So you're always on your toes,
yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You mentioned about other officers. What other titles are there in SAA?
So we have a vice president who oversees SAA's expenditures and manages signups and that kind of stuff. Our secretary handles all the reservations. Our membership coordinator facilitates the application process and oversees SAA's involvement in intramurals. Our special events coordinator handles homecoming and plans our annual Spring Fest. Our public relations over our events makes all of our marketing stuff, so our flyers, our t-shirts, our buttons, our posters, that kind of thing. And then our public relations of the cinema handles the movies, so picking the movies and making the previews for them.
Okay, so how do you get those positions? Are you voted in? Do you just climb the rank kind of?
So there's applications for these positions every year. The president and vice president happen in early November, and then everything else happens in early April. So it can be any member. You just apply for it and then make a presentation to present to the entire membership about why you deserve that position, and then you vote on it, and then you get the job.
So how many people normally go for these positions?
For our last one, we just ended one. I think we had about 10 people applying for all of the other positions besides president and vice president, which is one of the largest numbers we've had, so it's really good.
Wow, that's awesome. So what's the typical day like for SAA?
It's crazy. All of our officers have office hours, so they come in and work. And then we have our members come in and help us with anything that we need done. So if it's planning for an upcoming event, getting all the details figured out. Also, we like to strive that SAA is a family. So our members will come in and just hang out and talk. So we could be watching a movie, playing video games, dancing, singing, yelling. Anything could happen in the office.
So how does SAA come up with all the events that they do?
So it's required for every member of SAA to plan one event a semester. And so they figure out the budget and the details and all that stuff, and they present it to the entire membership. And at the end of each semester, everyone votes on which events they want to pass, so which events we'd plan for the next semester.
Cool. So you guys recently had a new event, I think. It was the drive-in. How did that go?
It went really well. We got the idea from an SA member who graduated. She said they did it when she was a freshman, and it was really cool, so we wanted to bring it back. So it took a lot of planning to figure out how we would get people into the community lot, where we'd get a screen, how we get concessions and all that stuff. But we're really proud of how it turned out. It went really well.
So you said it took a lot of planning. So what exactly do you have to do to plan for something that big?
So our coordinator, Jasmine Maps, she was the one who had the idea for it. She had to contact someone to find the screen, someone to play a movie, figure out what movie we could show, because we wanted it to be family friendly as possible. We had to figure out where we would get concessions from. We ended up having to buy or like rent a popcorn machine and a cotton candy machine. So it took a lot of like conversations between those vendors, and also we had to figure out with campus UPD about how to figure out how we would get people in and out of the commuter lot safely. So it took a lot, but it was worth it. It was really successful.
So do you think you're going to be doing more of those drive-ins in the future?
I hope so. It just depends if a member wants to propose that again for another semester.
Awesome. So last week you guys posted a shindig in the plaza. Can you tell us like what that was?
So our coordinator for that one was Keegan Brown. So SA, we do a lot of line dances all the time, and she wanted to have an event that would just strictly about line dances. So that's what that was for us. So we played a lot of line dance songs, like the ones you hear at Bonita and stuff. And we also brought out yard games like ring toss, and we had a photo booth, and we were giving out hot dogs and hamburgers. So we wanted it to just be like a big like yard party essentially.
So what went into planning that?
A lot too. We had to go to the store and buy tons and tons of hot dogs and hamburgers. Like I never want to go buy any more hamburgers ever. We had to contact University Rentals to get all the games brought out to us. We had to get a photo booth, and she had to make a playlist of every single line dance song that we've ever heard, ever. And there's a lot of them. So.
Wow, I could only imagine. That's a long playlist. I know I hate making playlists because it takes so long, and that's just crazy. So, like moving on to a new activity, how does the movie theater work? How do you like pick movies and get into all that?
So we get our movies through a company called Smank Motion Pictures. They're basically like a middle agent between movie production studios and universities. So we have to order all of our movies from them.
So is there so you said there's a person who does that specific job, and that's directly only what they do the entire time, all year. Wow, that's a big job probably.
Yeah.
So how do you join SAA?
So we have applications at the beginning of each semester. It's a really simple process. You just fill out the application, you come sign up for an interview time, and then we'll call you back to say like, hey, we want you to come back for another interview, and then at that point, you're a member.
So what's expected of the new members coming into the organization?
Obviously, every member is supposed to plan an event every semester, but on top of that, we really want members who have pride in the university and pride in the organization. We want people to represent both the university and the organization in the best light possible. And also one of our core values is diversity, so we really want to plan diverse events and have a diverse organization to plan something for everybody on campus.
So diversity is a big thing you just said. What are some of the goals of SAA?
Well, our mission statement is to provide an educational and recreational experience outside of the classroom through like programs that culturally enlighten and intellectually stimulate the student body. So we try to have events that are both educational, like we had an event all about sexual assault awareness, and we had an event dedicated to our LGBTQ plus community, but we also try to have fun events like the drive-in and like the shindig. So we really try to plan a broad spectrum of events so that everyone feels welcome.
So what if someone wasn't in SAA? Is there any way that they could contact you about wanting an event done?
So you can tweet us, like Facebook message us, DM us on Instagram, come to our office. We're always open for new ideas. We have this entire idea book in our office for people who like are stuck and can't figure something out. So we really try to hear the students' opinions, and so we try to poll on events that we're not sure about. So if anyone has any idea about an event they want to bring to campus, just come talk to us and we'll see if we can make it happen.
So the idea book, what kind of ideas are in there?
One of the funniest ones, in my opinion, was a mechanical bull. We're still trying to figure out, we're trying to figure out like logistically and like if it's safe for us to bring a mechanical bull here. But we're really, really working on it because that's like, everyone keeps talking about it. Like that's the biggest one that we're trying to get right now.
What are some of your ideas? We talked earlier, said that you were a junior, so you probably have a bunch of ideas, especially for the rest of this year and next year.
So one of my ideas was bringing like a snow slide to campus because like how often does it snow in Nacogdoches? It's not that often. So like we had a company that would like bring an entire slide and like fake snow, and you can just like ride it like as many times as you want to, like on tubes and everything. It'd have been so cool. So we're trying to get that to come. Trying to get some fashion shows or some like photography events because I know we have a lot of photography majors in the organization. Really just anything. I think someone was trying to plan like, I heard this, but I don't know if it's happening, but like a Smash Brothers like Mario Kart tournament, which would be really cool.
That would be awesome.
So yeah, we have a lot of stuff planned.
That's literally anyone could find anything to do.
Yeah.
So like the snow thing, you were saying that, I would absolutely love
Yeah.
that, especially being from the north. I miss the snow. So what would go into planning that? Like you were talking about the company, like who would it be and stuff?
I don't remember the company name, but I looked it up and they would like, they have this machine that like generates the fake snow, and you just like dump all of it onto a slide, and then you can like have a snowball fight in the snow too, and then like cleanup is easy because it just melts eventually. The only issue is like how would they come and like where's a big enough spot to put it. So we're like trying to figure that out, but it would be really cool if we got it.
That'd be awesome. So for the rest of this year, what are some things that could be expected of the SAA?
So our last week of programming is next week. We have 3 events, Sunset Yoga, Throwback on the Block, and Treat Yourself. We also have on Fridays our annual Spring Fest, so that's going to be huge. It's from 7 to 9. We're going to have DJ battles and student performers and food and novelties, and so much is happening there, so that'll be really fun. And then on Saturday we have our garage sale, so that's a chance for the entire community to come out and like sell whatever they want to.
Awesome. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have today. So thank you, Anastasia, for being here and using your time with us. And yeah, that was awesome. SAA seems absolutely like the coolest thing ever. So I definitely I want to join it now. So.
Thank you. You should.
I might. Join us next time for another episode of SFA Now. Have a great day.